London 1802, written by William Wordsworth. In the bracket you have seen that it is dedicated to, it mentions to Milton. That's why you should know who is Milton actually. This is the picture of William Wordsworth, not Milton. Okay? And we must know a brief about William Wordsworth. First of all, William Wordsworth was born on April 7, 1770, where in the Lake District of England. Okay. Then his mother died when he was 8 years old. Why we mention that when his mother died? Okay. Actually, you know that in our society or worldwide, whenever a boy was born, if he lost or she lost his parents, they may not have grown up properly. But what we see that still now we are reading poem of Wordsworth, means that he is a versatile genius. He's a real genius one. Okay. Next, he went to Cambridge University and he did his graduation from there, and he died when? Yes, on April 23, 1850. More interestingly, you know that Romantic literature started with the publications of lyrical ballads in 1798, combined by Samuel Taylor Coleridge and William Wordsworth. Okay, and the Romantic period is considered how long? 1798 to 1830. But he was alive. He was alive how long? 1850. So it means what they started, they could not continue it until their death. It ended somehow. Anyway, next we are going to learn something else about John Milton. And more interestingly, he was born when 1608 and he died 1674. I don't, but I know that. So far, very first time such a question, whether he is a male or female. So far, I know that he is still a father, he is still a husband. Now you can guess that whether he is a male or female. I don't think so. Whenever we mention that he, so it should not be asked that whether he is a male or female. He can never be a female one. Okay. Anyway. So, more interestingly, the time frame or the time gap between John Milton and William Wordsworth is almost 100 years. Is almost 100 years. William Wordsworth was born 1770 and he died or expired 1850. Whereas John Milton 1608 and 1674. Almost 100 years back, he died when William Wordsworth
was just 4 years old.
Was born. So the time frame is important to understand what is an allusion. Okay. This is about John Milton. He was born on December 9, 1608 in London, England. And he is known to us as a historian, as a poet, as a journalist. But mostly we know him as a poet actually. He knows a number of languages. Mostly he knows English, Latin, French, German, Greek, Hebrew, Italian, Spanish, Arabic and Syriac. You know that Dr. Muhammad Shahidullah knew 17 languages. And in our country, there is such a person. He is still now alive and teaching in a university. He knows more than 30 languages. Who is he? Who is he? It's a question to you. Dr. Salimullah. He knows 34 languages still now and he is learning Burmese language. Can you imagine? Frequently he can write or read Spanish, German and some other Hebrew language as well. There is no problem. Greek language he also knows. Can you imagine how talented he is? So he was also the student of Cambridge University, and first of all he started his writing and publishing of a great poem on Shakespeare. Okay, this is his remarkable poem as well. Later we see that he has written which one? Eupasitica, we have already mentioned that he has written, and he worked for where? Milton's poetry and prose reflect the deep personal conviction of passion for what? Freedom, self-determination, and the urgent issues and political turbulence of his day. That's why whenever you are going to read London 1802 by William Wordsworth, you must know the activities of John Milton. Without knowing it, you cannot analyze the poem properly. What he is a freedom seeker. He is upward, self-determination. He has a self-determination. And here the issues, urgent issues means what? The contemporary issues. He always tried to explain himself and gives his own opinion. He was also a political interpreter as well. He directly involves in politics. So to change the world virtually, politically, or economically, or religiously, what? We need Milton. That's why here in London 82, William Wordsworth addresses to whom? Milton. And he has written, you know that he is mostly known because of his Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is an epic. What is an epic? Epic is, we know that it's a long narrative poem and written in a grand style. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going there. Just Paradise Lost. We know, we make a mistake. We think that it's a religious book, but it is not a religious book. It is based on the political situation, political corruption of the time, in the flavor of religion. We can give another example in Bangla. Dishat Sindhu, written by Mir Mosharraf Hussain. Seems to even from my grandfather, I heard that their father or the ancient people might have read the book after doing their ablution. They thought that it is a religious book because this is based on the Karbala. Similarly, people made a mistake that mostly they think that Paradise Lost is a religious book, but it is not a religious book. It is a what? It is a political book. Political point of view or issues he has tried to explain in the epic poem. Okay. Next, the images are important to understand the point. You have seen that stagnant water. Stagnant water. When the water is motionless, if it continues more and more, what's happened? You will see one day the water must be rotten. It cannot be used more and more. So this will be like that. You have seen the stagnant water's condition. It is completely useless water. Okay? People cannot use. So why it is? What does it signify? In a river, if the water there is no current in a river or an ocean, the people cannot use the water at all. So the civilization, the development would be stopped. That's unuseless. So it indicates that motion is important. Okay. Then this is what altar. This is called altar. What does it mean by altar? Altar refers to religion. Always altar refers to religion. The altar, the place from where the people or the Christians were delivering their sermons, or in Muslims in the mosque you see that on Friday each and every imam tries to deliver their khutbah. The place is called altar, or the Purohit or Brahman from where they deliver their speech, that is called altar. So it indicates, it refers to what? It symbolizes the religion. It refers to the religion. Okay. This is the fireside, home. Already one of you may have mentioned. Fireside, you see that fireside is there. So to have a fireside inside the home, it indicates of what? The civilization or the development of a country. Development of a country, scientific development or some other development as well. This is the home side or the inner houses activities is indicating there. Domestic work is indicating fireside. the word is used in the poem as well. So this is the manners. Manners is a must to be a civilized one, to be a civilized nation. Example, whenever something happens, we frequently utter that, thank you, or please give me a sight, or please pardon me. Until saying the until and changing these words, you cannot say that you are a civilized one. This is our bad habit. Sometimes we may not try to avoid say such a way. Okay, so to be a manner, whenever to be a civilized, you must behave well. You have to change your manner, behavior, attitude, and these are. So this is called a what star. Star, already one of you have mentioned that this symbolizes, refers to the brightness. At the same time, it is the achievement or your success as well. Frequently in our country, in our rural area, the oldest people say that when the moon rises, everyone see it. It means this is the success one. So this is not only the brightness but also what? Your achievement, your success as well. So without having this, you cannot measure. Without success, you cannot measure a country, a place as well. So this is the roaring sound, roaring voice of the sea. Because of the sea wave, you see that there is a huge sound, huge voices, strong command is there, strong voice is there. If I speak very feeble way, feebly, you cannot understand what I say. So it means of what? It indicates that I must speak loudly when it is required. Otherwise, no one listens to me at all. So this is a strong voice here. It refers to strong command, how to handle the situation. Then let us go to the point. How many lines are there? You have seen that there are 8 lines, and that's why we can say that this is the. Okay. And if you analyze the meter, you must see that this is the big pentameter. Okay, you yourself do it. And the right scheme, you can easily will see that our A B B A B B A. So A B B A B B A. This is called the Petrarchan sonnet because Petrarchan sonnet refers to the similar rhyme scheme. Okay. First one, Milton. Thou shouldst be living at this hour. Milton. Here the speaker addresses to whom? Milton.
Apostrophe.
It's an apostrophe, obviously and undoubtedly. At the same time, it is an allusion. Allusion means what? A close reference with a established thing. And there are how many references? 4 references. First of all, biblical reference. Second one, historical. Third one, literary allusion. And fourth one is cultural references. So what type of allusion is it, Milton? Is it historical or something else?
It's
A literary. Obviously, he is a literary figure to us. Okay? You can say that he is a historical, no doubt. But mostly he is known as a literary figure. That's why you must say that it's a literary allusion. And why it is an apostrophe? Because
you mentioned
4 types of allusion.
Biblical, historical, literary, and the fourth one is
Culture. Okay? So why it is an apostrophe? Because from the time frame, a time gap of between what? Milton and Wordsworth, we have seen that Milton died 100 years back of the birth of William Wordsworth. So he is a dead person. We know the allusion means on whenever you are addressing a dead person or who is absent or non-human being, seems to be that they are responding to you. Whenever we say them, Milton, thou shouldst be living at this hour. Okay, now, this moment, we need you. It means Milton is in front of the speaker, seems to be that. Okay. Then, England has need of thee. To whom need the England? England needs Milton. Has need of thee. Thee means you means here Milton. Here England doesn't need anyone else, but the people of England need. So here England refers to the people of England. Here the England doesn't refer the land of the such a place. Okay, it indicates people of such a place. She is fan of stagnant water. She is fan of stagnant water. She means here.
London.
And you see that waters. We know that water is always uncountable, and uncountable should not be treated as a plural. But here waters. What does it mean by the waters?
What is the
Water
people,
means
sir?
People are the
Environment.
The sources of water. The source of water. Here the sources of water means what?
the power.
The power or the shipments and movements, motions. We have already motions. Without having any motions, you cannot develop. For the gradual development, there must have some motion as well. So here water refers to something else. Okay. Here waters doesn't refer to the liquid substance. Then where it is stagnant, altar. Here altar refers to what?
Religion.
Religion. In religion, once upon they were sound.
Yes.
Whenever we read Gulliver Travels, we see that there is a clear word, fragmentations or clear separation. One side believes what? Roman Catholic, another believe in Protestant. Okay? So that's why there is a conflict. Altar refers to the religion, and sword refers to what? Strength, military, arms. Okay. So to protect your country, to conquer the other land, you must have the power. They have lost it. They are now weak. And pen indicates what? Literature, educated, intellectuals as well. Okay. You can say the educated one, intellectuals one, all literary figures as well. Once upon they were flourished, they were established in this area, but nowadays they are stagnant. And Fireside in the homely side as well, the heroic well of these symbolizes what? Your achievement. Why? For example, a hall, Sompur Bihar, or you can say that Karjan Hall. These refer to what? The historical achievement of you. Similarly, what? There is no what? Heroic wealth of hall. These are absent nowadays. Nowadays there is no achievement. That's why we are just only uttering which one? Recalling the previous things, but there is nothing new achievement. Next, dower have forfeited their ancient England dower of inward happiness. What's happened? They had the inward happiness. Now it is they may have usual like ourselves. In 1990s, 1980s, the people had no money, but they had the inner happiness. There is no conflict. People could trust each other. They had believed each other. But nowadays we see that we cannot trust each other. We cannot. We haven't any relation with the other. We are the completely selfish and separated from each other. Okay. Similarly, English condition is there. They had no inner happiness. We are selfish men. We are selfish men. You know that. Whenever a nation, a people are what? People are selfish. They should not treat it as civilized one. Should we call them civilized? No. Next, oh, raise us up. To whom he is requesting now to raise up them.
Milton.
Milton. He requests them. Okay. And return us to again. Return us to again. So this line indicates that here the speaker speaks from which point of view? First person point of view, because he says that ask us. Okay. It means that it indicates that here the speaker, he himself is speaking, requesting there. Okay. Not from the third person point of view. Return to us again. And what? Give us manners. Give us manners. Once upon they behaved well. Their attitude were remarkable. Nowadays they have lost it. That's why mannerism to be taught by Milton. In the time of Milton, the people might have cooperated with other, were very friendly, but nowadays may not be. And virtue, they have lost their virtue. That's why Milton is requested to give a what? Give them lesson
Yes.
about virtue,
Virtue.
freedom. What type of freedom? Their country is independent, but freedom of choice, freedom of speech, freedom of something else.
Yes.
The personal freedom, collective freedom is not existed in England in that time, in the age of Wordsworth. That's why he is requesting Milton that what you enjoyed in your time, please try to ensure it in our period as well. And last one is what? Power. Power which one? Not to dominate some other else, not to dominate, but to exchange your own ideas, to nourish yourself. So you need an environment. So this is the first.
Sir,
Yes sir, please.
the heroic wealth of all. That means here, I can say that the king and the knights. King and knights.
Nice. Yes, you can say.
And you say that this is one is speaker is first
Person point of view he reveals a bit.
reveals, but second person, the second person point of view.
Is there any existence in second person? There are two types of point of view, either third person point of view or the first person point of view. There is no existence of second point of view.
I'm saying that second person point of view, that means addresses to the dead poet John Milton.
John Milton. Here I Milton, I address someone else. For example, now I say that Nozul, we need you very much. So here at the very first word we indicates that I am here. It is the first person point of view. Okay? So is it clear now? Have you understood the main aspects where? And now we see something else. First you see that this is a word, run on line. This is a word, run on line. How? She is a friend, it is not a complete sentence. So that's why you need to go to the second one. Okay? And you see that this is what? There are, which one? We are selfish men. This is end stop line. The complete sense is given there. At the same time, have you got any seizure as well? First of all, you can see, just come here, raise us up. Because of it, and there are two portions, raise us up, return to us again. At the same time, we can say that this is what? Parallelism. You have seen that parallelism. Raise us up, raise us, raise, it's a verb, it's a pronoun, and it's a preposition. This is the group verb, and this is the word pronoun, and this is again preposition. So the structure is the same. So this is called a what? Parallelism. Okay. And you will get some other figures of this piece here as well. At the same time, what we have seen that there is number of visual images. What are the visual images? Stagnant waters. Stagnant water. It is obviously a visual image. When the word comes to our mind, we see that water pond where there is no motion current as well. Altar, mosque, temple, church, it comes to our mind, it's visual images. Then sword, either the original sword or the army comes to our mind, picture as a picture, so it's a visual images. Pen, it's a pen, so it's a visual images. At the same time, whenever I say that it's a intellectual one or the educated one or literary figures, so these are the visual images, number of visual images you will see. Okay. Fireside, heroic wealth, and these are okay. But you cannot say that selfish man is a visual image. Selfishness, it cannot be seen. That can be only felt. You can feel whether you are, you can realize whether you are a selfish one or not through your activities. It cannot be seen. So is it clear what is the visual images here? Visual images means the images which refers to the picture, clear picture to us. Now next system. So how many lines are there? You have seen that 6 lines. Okay. And you can yourself identify the rhyme scheme of the system as well. And all the rhymes are written in iambic pentameter. Thy soul was like a star. Thy soul, it's a simile. It's a simile, like. Here, soul is compared to a star. So two different objects are compared to each other with a link up with what? Like or as. And dwelt apart. So there is a caesura as well. You have to pause there. You have to stop there. Thou hadst a voice which sound was like the sea. Another simile we have got. Another sound. Sound was like the sea. And remember here, thou hadst a voice whose sound was here. The sound was like the sea. Sea is at the same time it's a visual image and auditory images. What? Because the voice sound was sound creates the wave of the sea, creates a sound as well. Pure as the naked heavens, majestic, free. So didst thou travel on life common way. So we want to live a life that is the very common, no complex life as well. In cheerful godliness, and yet thy heart. You have seen that there are some other caesuras as well. Okay, what is in cheerful godliness, and yet thy heart the lowliest duties on herself did die. Now question to you, what type of tone have you got here? What type of tone have you got here? Is a happiest tone? Expectation, no?
Or requesting.
We must say that this is a word melancholic tone, because his heart is full of grief.
Yes.
Heart of full of grief. Griefness is there. Obviously, he urges, he requests, and he expects. But through the expectation of why he expects we can expect for two reasons. Whenever we are happy, we can expect more. Whenever we are in suppression or dissatisfaction, in that time we can also expect someone else, okay, something else. So here he is expecting, obviously, but with a grief, with a melancholic heart. That's why you can say that the tone of the poem is melancholic. Okay, what type of sonnet it is? Already we have mentioned that this is Petrarchan sonnet. Whatever poem is it, you must say that it is a Petrarchan sonnet, because there are two portions. The first 8 line is called octave, and the rhyme scheme it is followed strictly, and there is a sestet as well. Okay, and is there any allusion? Have you got any allusion?
Yes.
Obviously, Milton is an allusion. What type of allusion is it? Literary or historical allusion, we can say.
Sir,
Yes, sir, please.
can I say that it's a sad tone?
Sad tone, obviously, melancholic tone, sad tone, great tone, these are the similar, synonymous. So, long to night you actually know the phrases, you can read yourself as well. The diction, we must see the diction. There were a lot of obsolete words, because this was written when in 18th. How to understand for someone who isn't familiar with this? Have you got any obsolete word? Obsolete word means what? In a poem, in a class, I have mentioned. What does it mean by obsolete word? The words which are not used nowadays.
Yes.
Have you got any such a words here?
Yes, sir. Thou,
Thee, these type of words are obsolete words. Okay. Next one, connotations. Altar is the church, sword is the military, pen is the literature, and fireside is home. Already we have mentioned that. Tone and mood. Wordsworth uses a melancholy tone and the sad theme to show how London is facing many problems at the age of William Wordsworth. So it indicates that most of the critics, or we can, after reading the poem, we can say that this is the melancholic tone. This poem creates a sad mood. Obviously, it creates whenever you have lost everything else, you have nothing else, so you are sad one. You are sad one, obviously. Wordsworth doesn't use any irony. There is no irony. He states directly. He states directly the condition of contemporary England. This poem makes you sad because the people are in need of John Milton, who was a great writer and a person as well. Okay. Next, rhetorical situation. The poet is speaking to another poet whose name is John Milton, and he has died, and he wishes that John was still alive and that his work helped bring England together. The reader, overhearing the poet, is speaking about John Milton and England. Then figurative language. First of all, we have already mentioned that there are some similes as well. One example is here. A voice whose sound was like the sea, pure as the naked winds. Pure as. It's connected with the like or as. Okay. Thy soul was like a star. Another metaphor. She is a pane of stagnant water. There is no light. She is a pane of stagnant water. It's a run-on line. At the same time, it is a what? Metaphor as well. Because here England or London is compared directly with what? It is called with stagnant waters. Okay, that's why it is a metaphor. Imagery. The hadst voice sound was like the sea. Already we mentioned that it is an auditory voice is there. Pure as the naked heavens and majestic, free, etc. These are the images. Imagery continued. We have mentioned these things. Then the rhyme scheme of the rhyme, pain, however, etc. 1 to 8, A, B, B, A, and the 9 to 14. I mean the last 6 lines are C, D, D, E, C, E. You have seen that. The rhyme of the the rhyme scheme of the sisted is not regular. It's irregular. Already I have been saying in Petrarchan sonnet, the octave must follow the regular rhyme scheme, but the sisted need not follow the regular rhyme scheme. It is one of the example. Okay. Next, no alliteration. Maybe you may not have got any alliteration actually.
Yes.
Obviously, raise up, down, etc. But these are the far away. To be an alliteration, you know that the word must be repeated and must be used very close to each other. Okay. When there is a long gap, that should not be treated as an alliteration. No many hearts or what? These Gothic words. Poem is serious, so there really isn't anything pleasing. 14 line sonnet, free verse, and etc. Iambic pentameter. Obviously, it is iambic pentameter. We need not this one. So, these are the questions already we have provided to you, and you have answered. These are the questions. So, do you have any questions? If you have any questions, you can ask me now regarding the poem. Is there any ambiguity to you now about on London 1802? It's a very simple poem. Every explanation is given directly. Okay. So thank you everyone.